going to the beach in 3 days, so I'm wearing a beach shirt. Disney PS1 games. Believe it or not, they're the foundation of my channel. Not because I'm a Disney adult or anything. They were just the first games I ever played. Some I still love and play today, and some I barely remember. So I thought it'd be fun to just pick a handful of them and just see what the heck was going on back then. In the 10 titles I chose, I broke them down into customized categories. Crash Bandicoot, classic side-scrollers, interesting, and not today, partner. So why don't we just start off with Crash Bandicoot, clones. Lilo and Stitch, 2002.
Come on, Stitch! Or Toad.
Jiminy Crickets, the graphics. Well, remarkable. Look, this game is exactly what you'd expect given my context clues. You control both Lilo and Stitch on a quest around Kauai, the island. But watch out. Outside every level is a rock. Can you smell what he's cooking? Can you smell what he's cooking? He has vicious attacks that require max agility to avoid. Playing as Lilo, the gameplay is essentially a Crash game. Pick up fruit, jump on wooden containers, some explode. Now, playing as Stitch, you slurp up coffees that sound exactly like the wampum fruit. That powers you up to your final form, where you basically become Crash. And it's pretty fun. Plus, the soundtrack is packed with some nice Hawaiian jams. What's the difference between jelly and jam? I'm not very jam of those sweet new shoes you got on. Donald Duck, Going Quackers, 2000. This game was released on every possible system, so there could be some differences in gameplay. But from what I've seen, it's Crash Bandicoot once again. You use warp rooms to get to levels, which is identical. And it's pretty standard. You jump on boxes, fight flying books, acquire teddy bears. He does a little dance. It's cute. And at the very end, there's an orb that powers up the main portal to the boss fight. In this case, a big mother hen. She's got the same body type as Papu Papu, but it's not the same. She starts off with an aerial attack, and if she lands on you, she sucks you into her butthole, and you literally eat her. You have to eat her out. It's insane. JK, but if anything touches you, you have to start over. You just jump on her head, and she dies. This is a good game. A lot more stages and bosses to get to, but I was just trying to get a first impression, and it was a good one. Alright, moving on to the next category. Games where I thought to myself, not today, partner. 101 Dalmatians. Patch's London Adventure. I can't say London. Now, compared to its predecessor, 102 Dalmatians, this is a crime. And in the first level, it's the same music as the other first level. And look at these enemies. They look like characters from the Nuttiest Nutcracker. Here's a comparison. The premise is that your family moved away without you, so you go through these Game Boy looking levels, collecting various items. Everything just feels kind of dead. Manny isn't here. They're reusing even more music. This and Monsters Inc. have my favorite soundtracks, so I know this. In its defense, 102 Dalmatians is nearly impossible to compete with. Check out my video on it. I had a lot of fun. Hi, cat. Are you waking up now? Goofy's Funhouse. Look, the only reason it's in this category is because it plays kind of bad. The frames are all wonky and not in the charming PS1 way. Besides that, it's cool. You just walk around Goofy's house, interacting with various appliances and furniture to find film reels and other missing items that unlock the minigames, with actual golf being one of them, not just mini. The real golf, along with intense downhill, alpine skiing. 2 skis, 1 man. Those are quite the privileged activities. Also, without even checking, I can make the educated guess that the soundtrack is made by the same guy who did Toy Story Racer, because it sounds the same. This doesn't really deserve to be in the same category as 101 Dalmatians, but I can't just have one in there.
Hey, look! A mole in a hole!
Time for the next category, side-scrollers, the standard game. These are pretty good. Hercules Action Game, 1997. I wasn't even 1 yet. I don't know if I actually had this or not, but I remember playing Aladdin on the Sega Genesis, and it reminds me a lot of that. It's 2D, but the surrounding area has a nice depth to it, with the characters really standing out due to their pixelated textures. It's a nice effect, I like it. When you fight enemies, you can like go behind them, they don't really block you. They're not really on the same plane, I like it, it's a nice old touch. They also switch it up on you with the behind-the-back gameplay, keeping it nice and fresh, like a Listerine breath strip. The Little Mermaid 2, 2000. I just looked at the green screen as if it had information. I remember playing this one a lot when I was little, and the one level that really triggers that memory is when you're fighting Ursula and you gotta hit the right potions at her. You gotta really think with this one, because if you hit her with blue potions, she gains health. You gotta hit her with red only. It's really mathematical. You learn as a kid. Besides that, this game is really good and easy. The levels are all nice and colorful and packed with little details. You're always entering new areas to collect items for your item sack. There's even timed/escape levels where a big shark chases you with a repetitive cartoon chomp sound effect. I have it in my library. I thought it was funny. And also getting to Prince Harry in time before he drowns. He looked kind of funny floating down. I wanted him to die so I can consume his corpse and get his nutrients. The possibilities are endless.
Cake!
Tarzan, action game, 1999. Although it's the second oldest game on the list, it looks and plays the best. It's 2.5D, so you're given some more freedom on where you can go. Like a big cliff dive into water transition. And then you get to swim, there's logs and enemies and alligators. Some levels throw you onto a tree where you slide down. There's also the typical Stampede escape missions that Disney loves to use. I'm not complaining, I've always found them very fun. Then as the game progresses, you transform from Little Tarzan to Big Tarzan, where you can partake in more adult-like activities, like fighting Saber with a spear. And also swooping in and saving the ladies, something I can relate to. Tarzan, Tarzan. My only complaint is that literally everything hurts you, including little frogs, and you can't jump on them. You have to hit them with an underhand pear.
I eat pears.
And a year later, they released The Lion King, Simba's Mighty Adventure, and it follows the exact same formula, but there was a behind-the-back camera. I played this entire thing in January. I was gonna make a video on it. It's pretty much the same game. You start as Little Simba and you go to Big Simba. You collect Tony Hawk letters to unlock movie clips, except the boss fight in The Lion King is pretty awkward when you fight Scar. Final category, interesting. Games that I found interesting. Winnie the Pooh Preschool. This is a learning game for children. Although I have to admit, I was just playing Jumpstart First Grade in my own free time. I was serving kids 1/2 tray of chicken and then 1/2 tray of ice cream. Okay, it was fun. But look guys, autumn winds blow the leaves off the tree. This caterpillar's hungry. He eats a leaf, now the leaf is bitten. I don't know why I downloaded this. I just had to see it for myself. Jungle Book Rhythm and Groove 2000. This is a Parappa the Rappa clone. It's really groovy, I just can't play any of the audio because I get copyrighted. I actually tried making a video on Parappa the Rappa, but I was so bad at it, I had to stop. I was nice at this though. The only hard part's when there's two buttons at the same time. You can't really hit left and right at the same time, so you gotta be real quick about it.
I was perfect. I'm the best.
Disney's Dinosaur 2000. It's the action-adventure role-playing game based on the movie. I had no idea this even existed, the movie as well. Starting as a pterodactyl, we save an egg from danger, and it hatches into a little dinosaur. Then as the monkey, we climb trees and collect fruit to grow that dinosaur into a third team member. And together we form a heroic trio to conquer the island. We savagely murdered these lizards and got more fruit. I barely played it, but I could tell some great adventure was ahead of me. Now that was short. Alright, but that's the video. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, why don't you drop a like down below? Maybe leave a comment. Better yet, check out one of these videos I have right here. I'm sure you'll enjoy one of these. Anyways, like always, I appreciate you guys so much. My last few videos have done very well in my standards, so we're on to something. And that's about it for me. This has been a handful of Disney games that I will never make a single video on. And I'll see you guys in the next one.